Demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland. And I'm super excited to be here crafting with you again this morning. It's a little bit of a wet, miserable, cold morning here in Beaudesert. So the Scenic Rim is getting a little bit of precipitation. Is that what it is? Precipitation? That's a big word for me this time of the morning, isn't it? So we're getting a little bit of rain. And of course, with that, Actually, I'm looking at my hair. It's so lopsided, but anyway, it is what it is. Um, we're getting a bit of rain and I needed to mow my lawn, and unfortunately I can't get out and mow the lawn. So it looks like it's going to have to grow up around my ears for a while. So I'm actually heading this afternoon to have a little bit of a few little minor operations. I've got to get some sun cancers removed. So I've got 3 to get removed this afternoon. So I'm probably not going to look the best tomorrow. So you may only get to see my desk tomorrow and not actually me in person. You may not see my smiling face because one of them is actually up here in my hairline. So I don't know how I'm going to look tomorrow. So take a look at my face right now, because that's the last time you're going to be seeing it for a little while until I heal. So welcome everyone. I can see a few of you are jumping on early. Lynn, you were definitely off the off the rank this morning, nice and early. So welcome. We've got Lynn, we've got Lorraine, we've got Janice, welcome. We've got Heather, we've got Judy, and we've got Laurie from Ohio. Welcome, Laurie. All right, so are you excited to see brand new product? I mean, we're always excited to see brand new product, aren't we? Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to case something out of the catalog. So bear with me, because I'm going to be looking at a picture that I have a screenshot of it, and I'm going to be casing it and maybe putting my little spin on it myself as well. So the card size that I'm casing is totally different in the catalog. So I'm going to change it to our Australian card sizes. You were here an hour ago, Margaret. I'm Queensland time, remember? So Queensland, we're still not on daylight savings. So you're probably thinking about your daylight savings time. But next weekend, I think it's next weekend that we go back to normal time. You lose your daylight savings. So when you lose the daylight savings, you'll be back in the same time frame as what I am, except for those people that are in Western Australia, Northern Territory, and Victoria. And South Australia. Victoria's normal. So good morning and welcome, everyone. So I'm so glad to see that quite a few of you popped on. Now, if you didn't see my unboxing of hey, Darby from Canada, welcome. Ramona, welcome from MN. Now, tell me where MN is, Ramona. Give me some more information. I'm assuming it's a state over in the US. MN. What does MN stand for? Good morning, Anne. Welcome, Julie. Hey, Matthew. Welcome. You've been dealing with sun cancers for what seems like forever. Me too, Anne. I agree. Me too. I think I was Minnesota. Okay. I was thinking it was something like that, but I wasn't quite sure. So welcome, Ramona from Minnesota. Welcome, Maggie from California. Welcome. Shannon, sorry. Welcome. Virginia from the US, Minnesota as well. Virginia, are you and where are we? Are you and Ramona? Are you neighbors? You're both from Minnesota? I don't know. Minnesota's probably a big place. Good morning, Sue. Welcome. Yes, I did take a lovely break with my parents. So I apologize yesterday for the amount of chatter that was in my video, because I looked and I was like, wow, I was on there for about an hour and 25 minutes just showing you what I bought. But it's been so long since I caught up with you. So I had to have a big chat and catch up with you all. So, and you all know I like a chat. So it's very hard if I haven't seen you for a while. It's very hard for me to try and squeeze everything in that I need to tell you, because there's been lots going on in the last 2 weeks. Hello, Karen from Scotland. Welcome. Virginia, welcome. So not that you know of Virginia. Well, you never know. You might. I mean, you're both from Minnesota. You might get to meet each other. Welcome, Mimi. Is it Mimi? Is that how I say it? From Kansas. Welcome. Claire from Bundy in Queensland. Welcome, Claire. Lovely to see you. Yeah, I am Miss Have a Chat. I mean, I've got so many names, haven't I? I've got the Bow Lady from Beaudesert. I've got Winky from Wink of Stella, and I've got Miss Have a Chat. So I've always been known as Miss Have a Chat. Is Theo there? No, Theo's missing in action this morning. He's actually curled up in his blanket on the end of my bed. And I think because it's a little bit cooler, he's curled up in his lovely mink blanket that he sleeps on the end of my bed. So Mimi, I did get it right. Thank you. Welcome. Cindy from Ohio. I love seeing how we are such a global thing, that we are crafty people, and no matter where we live in the world, we all love our crafting. So it's really awesome that we get to hang out, and the wonderful world of the internet is awesome for being able to connect to people all over the world. So welcome. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Unbounded Beauty Suite. Now, this was one of the things that was top on my list when it came to the product purchase premiere. It was top on my list. I was like, wow, I have to have that suite. It is just simply stunning. You know me and flowers. I absolutely love flowers. Now, this suite is a big mega suite. Like, it's got 2 bundles in it. It's got designer series paper. It's got glimmer paper. It's got bling. It is absolutely, it's one of the higher priced suites in the bundle, but I can tell you, stunning, absolutely stunning. And it uses a lot of the new in colors. So the brand new 5 in colors that we've got, it uses a lot of those in colors. So we're going to have a play around today, and we're actually going to mix and match it with one of the colors that we already have in our color families. So I'm sure that you're going to absolutely love what I show you today. So I'm just going to pop the camera down on my desk and show you some of the awesome products that we are going to be using this morning. So I have quite a few of them here. Hang on, and I'll move my glass mat over this way a little bit. I did actually have my glass mat off my bench, so I'm a bit out of whack in where it's sitting. So let's move it over there a little bit. So I have the beautiful brand new annual catalog in my hands, and I can tell you the catalog is a very different layout. It's a very different format, and it will take a little bit of getting used to, but I am sure that we will enjoy it. I actually love the way they've actually done it. It's more of a learning catalog. I can only put it in that way. It's more of a learning catalog. Depending on what type of crafting you want is what section you go in the catalog. So there's new beginner sections, there's quick and easy sections, there's casual crafting sections, there's technique sections, there's like, they've done so much to help us with our creativity, and it is a different look. Apparently this cover appeals to the more younger generation, which I think we all need to have a shout out for our younger generation. We need to get them on board with their crafting, because we definitely need our crafting to continue throughout the generations. So if you've got someone, say a daughter-in-law or a daughter that's not really into crafting, maybe introduce them to crafting with a kit or something, and see if you can actually spark that little bit of creativity that's within them that they don't know they've had. I know that a lot of people say I don't have a crafty bone in my body, but it's amazing when you actually introduce them to something quick and easy, when they realize that it's not as difficult as what they think it is, because a lot of people overthink our crafting and think that they aren't capable of doing it. So so the new catalog, the new look, and the new set out, the new layout, I think it will take a little bit to get used to, but I think it's very inviting for being able to let people experience crafting the way they want to experience it. All right. So I can't show you inside. Once the catalog goes live in May, I will be able to show you inside. Now, if you absolutely love the products that I'm using today, you will be able to purchase these in a starter kit starting from the 2nd of April. So pre-order starts for us on the 2nd of April for all demonstrators. Now, the reason why I've got my hands on it right now is because I went to On Stage. So when you actually attend On Stage, you actually get to purchase these products in a product purchase premiere. So a lot of people say, how come you've got it? Are we allowed to? Well, I'm a demonstrator. Am I allowed to order it now? The answer is no, you're not allowed to order it now, for the simple fact if you did not attend on stage. And even if you did attend on stage, we had a short window of time up until the 19th of March that we were able to order these products. So by all means, on the 2nd of April, it is open slather. If for demonstrators, you'll be able, when I say it's open slather, there will be a pre-order list, and I think it's the same as what we have in our product purchase premiere. So if you've seen what people are actually showing from the product purchase premiere, those are the products that you'll be able to order in your starter kit. Now, by all means, you can reach out to me if you are interested in having a discount and getting your products at a cheaper rate and getting your hands on these products before May. I mean, May seems like it's so far off. Like, we're in March. Can you think about, oh my God, I have to wait until May to be able to order these products? Like, now you're all going to want to get your hands on the products. You're going to want to get your hands on the new in colors. The best way of buying your products is to buy your products with a discount. So the best deal in the book is to actually purchase a starter kit. And the best way to buy your products is to be a part of Stampin' Up and get a 20% discount. So I invite each and every one of you that has been a customer, that has been sitting on the fence. If you live in Australia, I would love to invite you into my Wild Heart Crafters team, because we're an awesome bunch of ladies, and there's quite a few of my team members on here this morning. So all the Wild Heart Crafters, give a shout out in the comments. We have a great group of people all over Australia. We connect through the internet. We do weekly challenges. We have monthly team meetings. We communicate, and we have made friends throughout our crafting team. So I've got lots and lots of products here on my desk. So yesterday I showed you the new in color ink pads. So we're going to give them a bit of a whirl this morning and see what we think about that. Now I'm introducing, I have got Lemon Lolly here. I've got the 5 in colors here with the cardstock, but I do have Lemon Lolly because on this card, I think I'm going to do a Lemon Lolly card base, and I'm going to do some die cuts in Lemon Lolly. And we're going to create some designer series paper for the background using our stamps. So I'm going to show you lots of fun different things this morning with these gorgeous sets. So we've got the glimmer paper. We've got the, I'm going to use some watercolor and some watercolor paper and some aqua painters. I'm also going to use the gorgeous new in color dots. We're going to use those. We're going to use some of this awesome cardstock. We have some glimmer paper here. I'm not sure. I will probably try adding glimmer somewhere. Not quite sure, but we have glimmer paper in the 5 in colors, which is honestly, I love glimmer paper. And to have these 5 awesome colors, aren't they just stunning? Who doesn't love bling? I absolutely love bling. So Lynn is saying, hang on, Lorraine said, grandsons have just left for school. Hubby got hubby to take them this morning. Now you can concentrate. I'm so glad, Lorraine, that you can concentrate. Lynn saying, my 8-year-old granddaughter loves using the cut and emboss machine. Children love doing things like that. They love seeing how the cut and emboss machine works. And I can tell you, if you're someone that does classes, it's great to get them help you with your prepping. I did have a team member here, Lucy, my friend that you all know that I hang out with and go to bingo with. Her grandson was here, and he actually did a lot of die cutting for my last month's Stamps Club kit. So it was really, really great to be able to do that. So this is the designer series paper that goes with this suite. So it's got beautiful patterns on one side with all the flowers, and then it's got more neutral patterns on the other side. But we're actually not going to use the designer series paper. I know Sue said, here she goes, the enabler again. I am so sorry, but you know, these products are absolutely stunning. They're beautiful. Now I haven't stuck my stickers on my ink pads yet, so like excuse me when I get them wrong. But so we have these 2 bundles. These are what come in the suite. So as I said, it is a mega suite. It's got 2 bundles. So it's got a stamp set with flowers and beautiful dies to go with them. And then it's also got a stamp set with all of the sentiments, and it's got beautiful dies to go with them with sentiment labels and being able to layer them up on top of each other. So beautiful, stunning set. So It is the higher price bracket, but I'm telling you, it is definitely worth it. So let's get started with this crafting. So first of all, I'm going to use Lemon Lolly as my card base. Now, I'm going to use Lemon Lolly, and I think I'm going to use, now let me see what it's called, Pretty in Pink. I'm going to use Lemon Lolly and Pretty in Pink. Don't those colors look lovely together? Look at those pastel colors. And the other one here, the Summer Splash. I think it's Summer Splash. Look at those. Aren't they just beautiful? Absolutely such gorgeous pastel colors, but bright pastel colors, if you can understand what I mean. I just sold me on that one, Lynn. I'm sorry. So Maggie's saying her 2 and 4-year-old granddaughters are learning to use glue with Stampin' Up punches. We use flowers, shapes, and animal punches. They beg to use my products. Future stampers in the making. Maggie, I love hearing that. I think that's fantastic. I love hearing that people are getting their grandchildren into stamping or their children into stamping, because they are going to be, it's like gelato. I know, Janice, I know. I was actually, when I was putting them out there, I was thinking they just look like ice cream colors. But gelato, definitely. All right, so I'm actually going to cut a card base, and you all know my card bases are cut at 5 3/4 inches by 8 inches. Okay, now I need to go behind me and grab, oh no, I've got some white here in front of me. Okay, so I want to grab a smaller layer of white. Sorry, bear with me while I grab these. Over and behind me here. Now, I think they're my smaller layers. I've got such a mess on my desk. I was going to clean it up this morning before I started, and it just didn't happen. So we will just be working around the mess. Okay, that's the smaller layer. That's the one I want. So I've got my 5 3/4 inch by 8 inch card base. I'm going to fold that one in half with my bone folder. Margaret is so pleased Pretty in Pink is back. I know. It's very similar to Pink Pirouette that we had. I wasn't around, I don't think, when Pretty in Pink was out. So that was before my time. So I've got my card base there. Now I am going to layer in behind, probably with my Pretty in Pink. I'm assuming that's what I'm going to do, but I'm just going to wait until I get on with making this card and see what I want to do. Now with this basic white piece here, now this is my smaller layer. So normally what happens is I have I've got the hiccups. I have a layer that is 5 1/2 inches this way by 3 3/4 inches that way. And that's my first layer. Now, people always ask me about my layering and how I work out my layers. And the reason why I do that with my layers is to make sure that my layers are always the same all the time. So if a cardstock pack is cut slightly different, like if it's not quite exactly the 8 1/4 inches by 11 3/4 inches, your card layers will look different. So I always cut a slither off one side and a slither off the other side. So as you can see, the only thing that we've wasted so far is this little piece here. And then when we cut the other one, we'll waste another little piece and a piece off the side. So you don't actually waste a lot of cardstock, and you can actually keep these pieces and use them for the insides of your cards or on envelopes or for stamping like very thin sentiment strips. So there is always a use for these pieces as well. So never ever think that you're wasting anything, because you're not. So you can get 2 card bases out of one A4 sheet. You can get 4 layers out of one A4 sheet. So if you use your cardstock correctly and you cut it the same all the time, you will never have a problem when it comes to being able to get the correct look. All right, so now I was searching for this card. I was searching to try and find what they had done for the background. I was thinking it was a piece of Designer Series paper, and then I realized that it's actually not a piece of Designer Series paper, that it was actually just the stamp and stamped off and created a background. So I'm going to show you how you can do that and create a gorgeous background that's going to look like Designer Series paper. Now, I am actually going to need a scrap piece of paper for the stamping off. And I'm just going to use a white piece here that I've used. I'm just going to grab a white piece of cardstock. Now, I'm going to use that gorgeous Pretty in Pink. That's what we're going to use as a background. And I'm assuming that it's stamped off. So I'm just going to ink it up, see what it looks like full strength. Yes, it's definitely stamped off. Okay, definitely stamped off. So now we're going to create a background. You have the stamp pad, but you have run out of the cardstock. I'm not quite sure what stamp pad you're talking about. So I'm going to ink up, I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp on. Now, can you see how we're getting that gorgeous light look? So we're just going to randomly stamp this around and create a beautiful background. Now, I actually looked at this and I thought to myself, is it, the Oh So Eclectic? I think that's what the paper is called, that massive paper pack that we have in our catalog. I actually thought it was paper from that collection, but it's not. It's actually just this stamped in the background and creating that gorgeous look in the background. Now, you could even stamp off a couple of times and create some lighter looks again by just not re-inking and stamping off. Okay, so we've created just a gorgeous subtle background. Okay, so that's the first step that I wanted to do. Now, we've got some gorgeous die cutting, and I wanted to do this a little bit different. I wanted to grab some of our fluid paper, and I wanted to create a look on some fluid paper with one of our aqua painters. So let's grab that. I want to do the new Petunia Pop color. I also want to do the new Peach Pie color. All right, so I think that's the two colors that they have there, correct? Or they might have, actually, you know what? I might do the Pretty in Pink as well. And I might actually do a little bit of Lemon Lolly. Let's grab, do I have my Lemon Lolly here? Up there. Lemon Lolly. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of combinations here. So I'm just going to grab one of my water painters. Now, when I do water painting, you can actually use, by squeezing the lid of your ink pad, you can grab some ink in the lid of your ink pad. Now, you can actually do that, or you can actually use the re-inkers and pop the re-inkers. So that's our new color. Let's do the Petunia Pop. Okay, and let's do the Pretty in Pink. And I'm just thinking I don't have, I need to do some more Pretty in Pink. Good morning, Daryl. I can see you on there. Welcome. Lorraine says, I watched your tutorial on cutting card bases and layers the other night. It makes so much more sense than what I was doing. I am so glad, Lorraine, that you have said that. So I'm just going to highlight Lorraine's comment there. So Lorraine said that she watched a tutorial that I have on YouTube about the cutting of the card bases and layers. Now, I have a series of beginner, and I directed Lorraine to these beginner videos. I have a series of beginner videos that is on my YouTube channel, and it explains how I cut my card bases and layers, and it does make sense. And if you actually get yourself into that habit, you will find that you will have a never fail situation when it comes to cutting your card bases. So thank you, Lorraine, for saying that and bringing that point up. Daryl, yes, Daryl, how was South Australia? You were on a holiday. You were going on a holiday same time as me. You enjoyed your little break away. You would go back again. You really enjoyed your day tour out to Kangaroo Island. Yep. And you had your photo taken cuddling Pear the koala. That sounds so, so nice. Hello, Lorna from Chester in the UK. Lovely to see you. Hi, Marina. How you going? Lovely to see that you've jumped on. Sorry, her name was Pearl. She was badly burnt in the bushfires they had back in 2019. I actually remember that koala actually getting on the news. I do remember that happening. Yeah, so cute. I know I've got a friend of mine that comes from the US, and all she wants to do is cuddle a koala. She keeps telling me every time I go anywhere, can you please bring a koala over for me? So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to lay down some water on my watercolor paper to start off with. So always like to wet the watercolor paper so it's not totally dry. That way, when you actually put your watercolor, you put your ink on it, it will actually move around a lot better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water into that, and I'm just going to add, I just want a highlight of these colors. I don't want anything too major. Okay, so you can see Lemon Lolly is quite light. Now, I don't actually have to I don't have to clean that because our, what's the color called again? Someone that knows what the color is. So I'm just going to add some color like so. Okay, so I just wanted to add a couple of different, let me add a bit more water there. Just a couple of different gradients of that color. So you can add more in places if you want, but we're going to use this for die cutting. So I needed to have a gorgeous color there for my die cutting to be able to dry this off, and then we can actually die cut some gorgeous flowers. Okay, so the next thing what I want to do, I'm going to clean my watercolor painter. So I've just used a little scrap of kitchen towels and clean that watercolor brush. Now I'm going to pick up my Pretty in Pink. I'm going to grab some of that, and we're going to do some here. So I'm just going to lay down a fair bit of that Pretty in Pink, as much as we can. It's very subtle, very nice, beautiful light pink color. Okay. Now, I want to lay down some of this. Isn't this color just lovely? Okay, I'm going to add a bit of water. Now, I can go back and add some more concentrate color. I don't have a lot of the concentrate color there in the Pretty in Pink, but I have in the other one. We can actually use some of that in there anyway. So we can pick up some of that and add some to our Pretty in Pink. So we get some variegated colors, and we can leave that one there. Okay, now bear with me. I'm going to race out and grab, I've got a brand new heat tool that is, do I have one in here? No, I don't have my old one in here. I'm going to grab my heat tool from out here. I've got a new one that I ordered. I could actually set that aside and let it dry, but because I want to save a bit of time, I'm actually going to use my heat tool, and we can heat that up. So brand new heat tool, how exciting. All right, so I'm just going to, and I've got a fingernail that's about ready to fall off, so that's fun. I'm so in desperate need of getting my fingernails done. It's not funny. But that's another job that I will add to the list later in the week. Maybe over the Easter break, I might get the fingernails sorted. Okay, so let's plug that in. Now, just on low heat. Actually, no, I'm going to do it on high heat. Just to dry that off. And watercolor paper is really good because it actually dries pretty quick. That's one of the beauties of using watercolor paper compared to basic white. You miss the live every day, so you're glad to catch me live today. Yep. You always watch the replays, Mariner. Well, it's awesome to be able to attend live because you can actually ask me questions as I go along. But even if you're watching the replay, if you need to ask me questions, please don't hesitate to type it into the comments. I always go back and look at the comments later on. So please don't hesitate to reach out and ask me any questions you would like. So we're just heating that and making sure that we're getting that fairly dry, because we're going to be doing some die cutting. So you want your watercolor paper to be fairly dry to be able to die cut successfully. You don't want to have soggy paper and trying to die cut your soggy paper. There's just a little bit of wet stuff there, and there's a little bit down here. But aren't those colors just stunning? Like, even just to do a watercolor background, beautiful colors together. So that one there is Lemon Lolly, and the new what's this new color called? Peach Pie. I should think of it, Peach Pie. So Lemon Lolly and Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, and what is our new purple? Petunia Pop. Pretty in Pink and Petunia Pop. So I know that people are going to ask me those colors. Like, if you're coming in late, you're going to ask me, what were the colors you used? So Lemon Lolly and Peach Pie and Pretty in Pink and Petunia Pop. But look at those. Hi, Brianna. You finally caught me live. Well, I'm so glad that you finally caught me live. Hey, Carla from Pennsylvania in the US. Lovely to see you. Dana Davis said, such beautiful colors, and I can also see my bank account is going to be in trouble. I know. My bank account is very, very bad. Wet on wet, says Jeanette. Are you saying it's wet up where you are, or you're saying that I was doing I was doing watercoloring wet on wet? Because yes, I was. Kay Watson, hello, welcome. Lovely to see you. Lorna says she loves her new catalog and a long list to pre-order. It's very exciting. It is very exciting. So have you got your new catalog in the post, Lorna, or were you at an on-stage event to be able to get your new catalog? Okay. Hello, Teresa. First live from Chile, Nebraska. Well, welcome, Teresa. I'm glad you have joined me live. All right, so I'm just going to, with that piece of tissue paper, I'm just going to wipe out my ink pads. So this is one thing when you're using watercolor, make sure you wipe out your ink pads before you actually close them up so that you don't actually contaminate your ink pads by adding that water into your ink pads. So just make sure, just with your paper towel, that you just get in there and wipe those up, and that way you're not putting water back into your ink pad. So you don't want to dilute your ink pad by any chance. All right, so let's close them all up so I don't get ink all over me. And let's get into this card a little bit more. All right, so we have these gorgeous dies, which are the flower dies. So I want to cut out some of these small flowers and some of the large flowers. So the beauty of these dies is, as you can see, we can cut out 8 flowers at a time, which is super, super exciting. So I'm going to add these dies onto my watercolor paper to cut them out. Okay, so I'm just going to add, I'm going to take it over towards the side. I don't mind if I get white mixed in with the color, because that just all adds to what the flower is going to look like. So let's bring in the cut and emboss machine and we'll run those through. Okay, so we've got our cut and emboss machine. We've got our number. I'm going to cut these so that I can put them through a different way. Let's cut that like that. And that one there like that. I want to be able to put my dies through going this way rather than that way. I'm not happy to put them in going that way. Now let me see where there's where all the flowers are. So we'll try and get as many flowers cut out as we can. I could have done a bit bigger. bit of watercoloring, but it's okay. We're going to cut out. Now the beauty, as I said, the beauty of these is that we can cut multiple flowers out at once. And it's going to be a huge time saver. Okay, Lorna, you're in Liz Yule's team. I love Liz. She's a lovely lady. Liz and I have been friends for quite a long time. I love Liz. So you're so lucky to be in Liz's team. Yeah, so you were talking about the watercoloring technique. Okay, so we're going to have these gorgeous flowers. So are you ready for this? Look at our flowers that we've got with that gorgeous watercoloring technique. So we've got some beautiful looking flowers. And as I said, I don't mind that we've got some that don't quite have the color all on them. Okay, so we've got those ones there. Now let's grab out the peach ones that we have. Oh, I just lost one on the ground. Ah, look at those. Aren't they just gorgeous? Okay, let's get out there. Take your pick tool so we can pop them out easily. So we'll pop them out onto there. Now, what my suggestion would be is when you cut these flowers out, cut multiple out and just have a little one of our clear envelopes that we sell. And you can just pop all your spare ones in the clear envelope and just keep them in your stamp set. So I'm now going to do some smaller ones in the pink, and I'm going to do some larger ones in the peach pie. I'm getting there. Pretty in pink and peach pie. I'm starting to learn the names of these colors. It'll take me a bit to get used to them. It always does. When we have new in colors, it takes me a little bit to get into them. The bottom color looks like a pink dog laying down. Well, maybe it does. All right, and I'm using one of my old cutting pads here, and it's got a crack in it. I really need to put it in the trash. It still cuts okay though, even though it's got a crack in it, it still cuts okay. All right, so we've got a few flowers there. I think that will be just about enough to do exactly what we need to do. And I'll save those pieces for later, and I'll cut some more because as you can see there, I can still get some more out of that piece. I didn't do any there. We might do one in the smaller ones on that one. Okay, so let's grab those over there. We've got mountains of flowers here. So let's do one in the smaller ones on those ones. We'll do it just there. Still got more in here. So many flowers. I love the way we have these dies. All right, so let's run that one through and we are done with that. I will also, one of these dies I'm going to run through. I was going to say I lost my cutting pad, but there it is. So can you see the split? Oh, you can't see it down there because of me. But yeah, I have a split in it and it cracks. Oh no, it didn't that time. I was going to say it cracks. Yeah, there it goes. Cracks every time I run it through. See, I have a crack in it, but it still works. I can tell you get many years traction out of your plates. I only throw them away when I really have to. Okay, so we've got those. Then I'm going to cut out of our lemon lolly piece that we've got left over. I'm going to cut this piece here. So this gorgeous piece here. And I'm going to do that in lemon lolly. We'll run that through. There. Okay, so we have that beautiful die cut there, which is stunning. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay, Now, we have to run through a couple of these sentiment labels as well. So let's grab them out. So I'm thinking it's this one and this one. Okay, so the larger one is the dotted one. So we're going to do the dotted one. We're going to do in our Pretty in Pink. So I'm just going to grab a piece of that Pretty in Pink and we can run that through. So we'll run that through a couple of times. And then the other one we're actually going to run through in the white. So we have that one there. And look at how it does those gorgeous dots around the outside. And we'll run that through a second time in our Pretty in Pink. Okay. Now I'm going to run through a piece of our basic white, which I'll put them here. Just going to run through, I'm going to cut that in half. I'm going to run through this one twice. Now, the beauty of opened dies like this, and when you're cutting for things like kits or classes or anything like that, it's really nice. I've got double sheet of cardstock there. So I've got 2 layers of cardstock, and because it's an open die, it will actually run through and cut the whole 2 at once. Now, this saves a lot of time. The only thing is when you actually cut 2 layers at once like that, you physically have to, oh, well, look at that. Now, that's something that I've learnt. It cuts a border. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that. Hang on, I get them apart. It cuts a border. Well, now that's something that we've learnt. It cuts a border, plus it cuts the inside piece as well. All right, so you just, what you do is you just bend it a little bit and then you'll find the 2 pieces will come apart. Well, that's interesting. So as you can see, you could possibly do this like that. You could possibly do that. You could possibly cut them out. You could actually do, cut them out in pink and cut them out in white, and you could have a pink border around the outside of that one. So that's super, super cute. Absolutely. All right. So that makes it small enough to be able to fit on those 2 like that. So I'll keep those borders there for maybe another time. So as you can see, this is coming out beautiful, these dies. So I'm telling you, you're going to want them on your wish list. All right. So I feel like I'm going to do a layer of Pretty in Pink behind. So let's cut that at 5.5 by 3 3/4. I'm just doing that off to the side. Sorry about that, but I just thought that'll be easy to do that. So we've got that. We've got that. Whoops. And my take your pick tool just went on the ground. So we've got that layered up, and then it's going to go onto our lemon lolly card base. Okay, so we've got some, it looks like designer series paper. Is the peach pie similar to pale papaya? Yes, very similar. And it's also similar to Grapefruit Grove as well. Color, yeah. I know a lot of people are going to look at these colors and think, now, what color are they going to be similar to? So, so yeah, my thought process was that this one looks like Grapefruit Grove or Pale Papaya. It's actually a little bit deeper in color than Pale Papaya, I think. The Pretty in Pink was very similar to our pink pirouette that we had, but a little bit richer in color. I don't actually know whether we've had a color that's been similar to Petunia Pop. Our Summer Splash is a mixture between our Coastal Cabana and our Bermuda Bay. So it's, if I look at, let's look at Coastal Cabana beside it. Okay, so you can see there's a difference. Okay, so the Coastal Cabana is lighter. This one's darker, but then it's not quite as dark as what Bermuda Bay used to be. And the Shy Shamrock honestly looks like our what was it called? Call Me Clover. It looks very similar to the Call Me Clover. When I looked at them, but they're gorgeous colors. They are absolutely gorgeous colors, and I don't think you'll be disappointed because they're a beautiful mix together. The two greens are very similar, so they're very close in color. So you may only want to buy one or the other, but I mean, if it's like me, I definitely buy the whole lot. So, all right, so we have this that we're going to start to assemble this gorgeous card. So the way it is in a catalog, I'm going to glue this one on here. So yeah, Anne's saying if you, and I hear here, Anne's one of my team members as well. She said, if you're wanting to buy a few items, it is worth joining Stampin' Up with Donna as your leader. The Wild Heart Crafters are a great team. Thank you so much, Anne. The Wild Heart Crafters that are on here, like honestly, we have a great time, and I'm a no pressure team leader. Like honestly, whatever you want to get out of your Stamping Up is what I'm here to support you with. If you just want to buy your products at a discount, then that's what I'm here to support you with. If you want to run classes, then I help you work out how to run classes, and I give you a few steps on how to get started. If you want to run it as a business, we do business training once a week for our business-minded people as well. So Stampin' Up is we all join the same way. It's just whatever you put into it is what you get out of it. If you only want to get the discount, then all you do is you purchase your items at a 20% discount rate. So it's actually it's something you don't actually have to demonstrate. I know a lot of people say, I don't want to be a demonstrator. You're called a Stampin' Up demonstrator, whether you join as a hobby person, a discount shopper, or whether you join to actually run it as a business. We're all called Stampin' Up demonstrators. It just means you're a part of Stampin' Up and you're actually getting a discount on your products. All right, so I'm now going to, with these ones, I'm going to adhere the white label onto that Pretty in Pink label. So we're going to line those up and look at how awesome it just has a perfect border all the way around. Marina's in my team as well, and Marina wants to start doing classes. And honestly, it is a great way of meeting people. I came to this area not knowing anyone, and that's actually how I've got to meet people in this area, because I hold classes and I've got to meet people through my crafting. And of course, they're my kind of people because they're all crafters. So of course we would be good friends. So it's a great social thing to do too, to get together with people and just get together socially. All right, so we have our two pieces like that layered up on our labels. Now, the way they've actually done it in the catalog, I'm going to leave that card base over there. They've done it that they've gone. Now, as I said, I have changed this up so that we can have it looking like our card base size. The way they've done it in the catalog, they've done it as a slimline card, and I didn't want to do a slimline card because I wanted to do a card that's going to fit into our envelope. So we're going to add those just with our liquid glue, because we're going to add quite a lot of embellishments on here. So I'm just going to adhere that straight down onto there. Let that glue take hold. Then I'm going to adhere the next one, and we're going to pop that over at a little slight angle over towards the right. Okay, so that gives us a foundation then to put our gorgeous die cut pieces on. All right, now what I'm actually going to do with this piece, I'm going to add just a couple of dots of glue. I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of glue on the larger parts of that die cut, and I want it to actually really fly free. I don't actually want it to be all glued down. So I've just, as you can see, just added a little bit of glue on there, and I'm going to press that down just there. Now, I always suggest get a bigger block and just pop a block on there just to hold it until your glue takes hold. Morning, Michelle. You feel like a hobby demonstrator at the moment. But you know, Michelle, sometimes family commitments come first, and that's life, you know, like, but the thing is, it's always there for you to pick up, like whenever you want to ramp it back up again. Sue says she's a hobby demonstrator and loved it. You're waiting for the ribbon. Well, I'm actually, to tell you the truth, I'm actually just going to use a bit of linen thread, believe it or not. I'm actually not going to use the in color ribbon on this because in the catalog it has linen thread. So Jenna says she loves the petunia pop. Yep. Beryl, also a hobby demonstrator. And you know what? Like, that's it. Enjoy the discount. Marina is wanting to start classes. So Marina is in my team and she's keen to start classes and she's just building up her supplies to get herself ready and she'll be able to start her classes, which is awesome. All right, so now let's just pick out a couple of these flowers. So I want to pick out, I think I want to pick out this one here. Let's just sit some of these flowers around. So we're going to pop a couple of these. So we've got one of the petunia pop. We've got one of the peach pie. We've got another little one of the peach pie that we might just straddle up here a little bit, like there. We've got another of the petunia pop. So let's grab one of those and we'll pop it over here. We've got another one of the peach pie that we might pop over here. How cute is this though? Isn't it just stunning? Let's grab a little, we might get a little pretty in pink one and we might pop him down there. Okay, so the next thing is we want to pop a sentiment on here. So it's already starting to look really, really pretty. So we're going to pop a sentiment on here. Now in the stamp set, there's many, many sentiments that we can do in our gorgeous stamp set here. So I think I'm going to do best of luck. I like that. Best of luck. What do you think? We could do hello, but I think I want to do best of luck. So let's see if we can find best of luck. Best of luck, finding best of luck. No, there it is. All right, so let's do our best of luck. And let me see what this one is going to fit on. So we've got some circle dies in here as well, which is really cute. So let's see that sentiment, what size circle die it's going to fit on. Will it fit on this one? Will it just fit on that one? Not quite. So let's do the bigger one. So that one there. It will definitely fit on that one. Okay, so see how you can do that with your stamps. You can actually just see if they're going to fit with a certain die. So let's we're going to use that one there. So as you can see, these two would layer in on top of each other again as well. So you could put a contrasting layer in behind and then just pop your white one with the sentiment on top. So the sentiment hello would fit in that one. Maybe to you and yours might be little enough to fit in it, but definitely the word hello would fit. Peace, love, hope, faith, they would probably all fit in that small one. But we're going to use the larger one because we want to use best of luck. Okay, so let's grab a piece of our paper. Now, do we want to do best of luck? Now, this is the next question. Do we want to do best of luck in our petunia pop? This is the color petunia pop, or do we want to use our pretty in pink? What color are we going to stamp the sentiment in? Petunia pop or pretty in pink? It's on your list now too. Kay's in my team as well. Michelle's in my team. Kay says that she can't wait to purchase this suite. Yeah. Could you layer the flowers up? Yes. Okay, great question, Lynn. Lynn said, could you layer the flowers up? Where is your question there, Lynn? Here we go. Let's show Lynn's question. So Lynn said, could you layer those flowers up? And the question would, the answer would be yes. So you could possibly, if you wanted to, I mean, I'm all fingers when it comes to this, but can you see that? You could possibly layer a couple of different flowers up together. So see how we've got a larger one and then we've got the small one with the hole in it. So yes, you could definitely layer them up. Petunia pop, petunia pop, petunia pop, pretty petunia pop. All right, so it looks like petunia pop's winning the race. Any more? suggestions. Petunia pop, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for petunia pop. So petunia pop has got it. That's the one we'll be using. All right. So we're going to do best of luck. Stamp that there. Stamp a second one just in case. Okay. Now, the beauty of a circle die is we never get the sentiment crooked. We definitely never get the sentiment crooked because a circle die, no matter where you put it, the sentiment's going to be straight. Okay. So beautiful. If you have trouble stamping your sentiments and getting them straight, use a circle die to put them on. Okay. So use a circle die to put your sentiment on, and you will always have a straight sentiment every time you do it. All right. So let's grab the cut and emboss and bring that back in, and we will cut out that sentiment. So best of luck, and it does just fit on there. And we'll pop our plate over the top. So once again, if you're brand new to die cutting, we have our base number 1 plate. We have our number 2 plate, which is our thin die adapter. We have number 3 plate, which is our cutting pad that's underneath. And we have our cardstock with our die on it. And then we have another cutting pad over the top. So that's the combination to be able to cut. So we now have a beautiful best of luck sentiment. All right, so then comes the linen thread. So now linen thread for me, I love to do double bows with linen thread. Now, because I'm a ribbon person and I'm a bow person, and I need to show you, so Sue, I want to show you the picture that I showed people the other day. So talking about how I'm a ribbon lady, I had a special photo taken while I was on stage because it was the perfect wall for me. And you're going to laugh when you see this photo. Here we go. It was the perfect wall for me, and I think I need to have one of these in my house. Look at this endless ribbon. Jennifer Arendt is saying that she is in love with the new colors. Yep. Here comes it, ladies, the bow. But look, now isn't that a perfect picture for me? That wall, I was in love with that wall. I was like, that is definitely my wall. I need a wall like that in my craft room. It would take me a mountain of ribbon to be able to do it, but I definitely need a wall like that in my craft room. And yes, Sue, here comes the bow. All right, so I'm actually going to double my twine up, my linen thread up. It was beautiful, Julie, wasn't it? Yeah, I agree. I remember Neola saying, you need to get a photo with that wall. I said, I know. Janice is saying that the wall is amazing. It was so lovely meeting you, Janice, on stage. I was so glad that we met and that we got a selfie together. So I'm so glad that that happened. Petunia Pop and Pretty and Pink are your favorite so far, Michelle? Yeah. Just gorgeous. You love the new colors and everything that goes with it. I know. I mean, Jill, you're going to be addicted. Your list is going to grow longer again. Jill is in my team as well. There's quite a few of us Wild Heart Crafters on here this morning, so that's good. I'm glad that you're all hanging out, and I'm glad that you're all getting excited for these new products because I am telling you, you are going to be amazed. All right, so we're doing a big bow that's going to sit in underneath our sentiment. So you can see there, it just sets off the card. It doesn't need too much. I think if we did ribbon on this card, it would probably be a little bit too heavy because this card is quite dainty. So I'm thinking that maybe that's why we go with the linen thread, is because it's a bit of a dainty card. So now I'm going to, just before I jumped on here today, I realized that I didn't have, this was all the dimensionals I had left in my drawer. And I was like, I can't go on without dimensionals. Now I want to put some dimensionals on the back of some of these flowers because I want to pop them up. So I want them to sit up a little bit. Now, if I had mini dimensionals, I don't think I have any in my, hang on, I'll have a look. I don't know whether I have any in my stash here. I may have. Let me see. There's no minis there. Oh, here's some minis. I definitely need some minis. That's what so I raced out to my craft studio thinking that all my adhesives were in my craft studio. And then I couldn't believe it. They weren't in my craft studio. They were out in my garage in the boxes from when I had them packed for retreat. So I'm just going to grab a sheet of the mini dimensionals, and we're going to pop a few of these mini dimensionals on the back of our flowers. Minis are great for this because, as you can see, look how little the flower is. So we need something to be able to go in the middle of that flower to be able to pop them up and have them look really, really special. So I'm going to pop them up as I go. As I put the dimensionals on, I'm going to pop them up as I go so I can place them where they need to be. So Take a Pick is fantastic for when you're doing these little tiny mini dimensionals. I can tell you, if you've got little chubby fingers like mine, you're going to have a hard time playing around with these little bits and pieces. So definitely when it comes to these, using your minis and your Take Your Pick tool makes it so much easier to line that up on the back and pop it on. Okay, so we're just going to pop that one up there. This one here we're going to do. So it's a little bit of fiddling around this morning with all these die cuts, but it's definitely worth it. Oh, Lorna, well, have a lovely sleep. I'm glad that you got to hang out with us for a little while. Definitely have a good rest. What time is it for you over there? I mean, it must be awfully late at night. Okay, so we're going to pop that one just down here. And this little one here, we're going to pop up as well. Where did it go there? Morning, Margaret. How you going? Lovely to see you. Welcome. And we'll pop that one just down there. And I think our sentiment is going to be able to sit. Actually, I want to pop that one lower. Oop, pop him up and pop him down there lower because our sentiment's going to sit in there. Super, super cute. So let's grab a normal dimensional for that. And we're going to pop our bow underneath as well. Now, I wonder, do I have, where is my Seal Plus? My Seal Plus is packed from going away as well, I think. All right, so we might actually do our bow with a glue dot. I've got glue dots sitting here. So let's grab the glue dots and we will pop the glue dot on the knot of our bow. And just with your Take Your Pick tool, we can line that bow up exactly where we want that to sit. So we want it to sit about there. I'm not going to push it down until I see where my sentiment's going to sit, because I want it just off the edge of, and that's perfect. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to pop my sentiment on there like so. Okay, how cute is that looking? Absolutely so cute. Hey Jenny, welcome. So please share this video. Give me the thumbs up and share this video. If you're loving what I'm doing, please share it onto your Facebook profile. If you're on YouTube, you can share it back. The share button down below the screen, just below the subscribe button, you can find a share button there. If you want to pop it over onto your Facebook, or even just share it publicly on your Facebook profile, it just helps me find more people, and it helps more people be able to come and enjoy and check out these gorgeous new products. So now I'm going to grab a normal pack of dimensionals because I need normal ones. Now I'm getting the minis all the time. I need normal ones to pop that one up. So so because I've only just popped up the flowers and that, I'm actually going to pop up the whole layer on the front. Now in the catalogue, they actually used the cute new little in color gems, which, where did I put them? Here they are. Here, let's do that. All right, so let's pop that up on the front. Whoop. I'll use my My fingernails are so temperamental at the moment that I feel like I'm definitely going to lose this little one here this afternoon before the day's out, because it's just hanging by a thread. So the good old super glue comes in handy. You just super glue them back on. As I said, I lost my fingernail when we were doing the boot throwing competition at the mini Olympics at the music festival with my parents. I threw the boot and I threw the fingernail as well. And I said it was so funny because all these people were looking for the fingernail and a lady found it. And my father was like, calling out to me, Donna, the lady found it for you. And I was able to just stick it back on. And I know you probably think it's a little bit petty, but to think that I was going to be there for 3 more days with a fingernail missing, especially when they're black, I was like, oh my God, it's so obvious, so it was so nice to be able to find it and stick it back on again. All right, so now the trick is when I've got dimensionals, you get one go at getting this straight. So I stand up and I get right above it. I pop my 2 pointer fingers in underneath. I then line it up. I get my top, my sides, and the bottom all lined up level. And then I push with my thumbs and push it down. And that's how you will get that perfect placement every single time, is by just doing that. Really super easy, simple, but a great way of being able to layer that up and not have it go crazily crooked. We don't want a crooked card, do we? All right, so we're just going to use, I think I'm going to use the Petunia Pop ones just to give it a little bit more color than what you are seeing with all our embellishments. So let's add a little bit more extra color. So I'm just going to, the beauty of these too is these are quite flat. So when it comes to popping them on your card, and I know that a lot of people worry about extra postage, but when it comes to popping these on your card, they're actually quite flat. They're not bulky. So I love the fact that Stampin' Up are starting to bring us, let me get some putty out of here, starting to bring us embellishments like this. Once you get your putty out, then it's easier to pick up your embellishment. They're bringing out these embellishments that are so much better for postage and for the thickness of your card. So we'll pop one down there, and then we'll do another smaller one down there as well. Okay, so you take your pick tool is fantastic for being able to do that. Now, of course, we are going to do an insert for the card. So let's grab a piece of basic white for the inside of the card. Now, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp. I think I'm going to try and bring in the front of the card to the inside of the card. So I think I'm going to stamp this. And because we've got so many of those left over, those flowers left over, I think what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to embellish with some of those flowers on the inside. So let's grab our lemon lolly. So I'm going with the lemon lolly because we have the lemon lolly die cut on the front. So let's do a lemon lolly stamped image on the inside so you can see there. And then I'm just going to adhere some of these gorgeous little flowers. So I'm just going to add a couple of dots around. So we might do one there, might do one here, might do one down here, maybe a little one here and a little one up there. Okay, so let's grab some of those flowers. So we can do one here. We can do one here. Whoops. And your take your pick tool is fantastic for being able to pick these up. Let's do maybe one of these. I thought I had another dot there. No, little ones. Okay, let's do a little one down here and a little one up the top. Okay. And then, of course, we can do some cute little embellishments in the middle of those. So we could do a little pink one in the middle there, a little peach pie in the middle of that one there. We can do a pink one in the middle of that one, and we can do a petunia pie in the middle of that one. How cute is that for the inside? Now, we could actually do another sentiment on the inside. We've got best of luck. May all your wishes come true. Where are we? We might do that. May all your wishes come true. Let's try and find that. There we are. May all your wishes come true. So we'll stamp that with our petunia pie as well. Oh, sorry, petunia pie. See, I'm making up some new names. Petunia pie. Petunia pop, we will stamp that with. It'll take me a while, people. It'll take me a minute to get to know these names. All right, so let's ink that one up and we will pop that. May all your wishes come true. There. How cute is this? And then you all know what's going to finish it off the most. Tell me what the next step is. What is going to finish it off the most? Michelle's saying bling. We all love bling, Michelle. All right. What do you think will finish this card off that will just take it to the next level? What's my other name? Where are we? Wink. Yep. See, you all know the old wink of Stella. So let's grab a bit of wink down in there. And we will flick some wink of Stella on the inside. We will flick some wink of Stella on the outside. And of course, you know, I think what would finish that off, I can't help myself. Do I have some in here? Where are they? Why are the embellishments missing when you need them? Here we are. We need something in the middle of those flowers. We definitely need a rhinestone in the middle. Look at that. That's just going to finish them off. Look at that. Doesn't that just finish off the card? Ah, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So there you have it. What do you think? How awesome is this suite? Like, honestly, such a stunning suite. I can honestly tell you it was definitely my first thing that was on my list. I can tell you that when I was looking through the product purchase premiere, this one stood out. This one was like, this is me to a T. So it's a mega suite. As I said, the only way that you can get your hands on those on these products is on the 2nd of April, which is only next week. On the 2nd of April, you can actually add them to a starter kit and join my Wild Heart Crafters team and enjoy a 20% discount. It is honestly the best way to buy your products. There is no pressure for you to sell. There is no pressure for you to demonstrate or hold workshops, anything like that whatsoever. You can join wholly and solely just to be a discount shopper. If you're someone that already has a crafty community and you actually love gathering together, it is really, really nice for one of you to be a Stampin' Up demonstrator that other people can actually get their hands on the products and you can craft together, because there's nothing like crafting with someone. Crafting alone is lovely, but crafting with someone is even better. So it's a great way of gathering and having a social connection with other people. And we are trying so hard with Stampin' Up to actually bridge that gap between loneliness. So we are offering for people to enter our circles, enter our crafting circles, and for the friendship and the company throughout our crafting and sharing with others. So I would absolutely love if anyone was interested in joining the Wild Heart Crafters team. I would love to have you as part of my team. I am #2 demonstrator in Australia, and I do work really hard with my business, but I absolutely just love crafting, and I want everyone to love crafting just as much as what I do. So if you're looking for someone to actually join with, I would be more than happy to have a chat with you. You will find my phone number down in the show more box down below on YouTube. You'll also find it in the description of this video. Feel free to reach out to me. give me a call, ask any questions you may have. If you've got any reservations about why you don't want to join Stampin' Up, then I can easily put your mind to rest, because there is no dramas. Do I stamp the envelope? I could stamp the envelope. How do I say your name? Is it Moira? Is that how I say your name? Moira Arnold? Is that how I say it? I'm trying really hard to, you can stamp the envelope. You can use designer series paper on your envelope. So yes, making cards like this and making them as a gift too is really, really nice. Like making 4 or 5 cards and putting them in a gift box to give to someone as a present, especially people that are older. A lot of people that are older absolutely love handmade gifts, and there's nothing better. Can you imagine a pack of 4 or 5 of these gorgeous cards in a beautiful decorated box as a gift? I am sure that there will be people out there that would absolutely love for you to do something like that. So Lynn's saying, yes, you are right. And that is what I miss, crafting with others. And it is nice, the wonderful world of the internet, and being able to connect via Zoom or via YouTube, or Zoom is really awesome, because Zoom is like you're actually physically in the same room as each other. So Zoom is a great way to be able to connect with people no matter where you are in the world. So I connect with people all over the world through my crafting, and it really amazes me, from the 8 years that I've been with Stampin' Up, the amount of friends that I now have worldwide. And no matter what time of the day or night, when you need to speak to someone, there is always someone that's available. The beauty of this company being a global company is that there is people on the other side of the world, that when we're sleeping, if you're looking to chat with someone, there's always someone that's awake on the other side of the world. So so it's really, really a great way to connect with people, and a great way to really just have a social gathering and friendship, which is really, really nice. So no worries, Lorraine. Have a great day. She's showering for work. I'm going to shower and get ready to go and get operated on. So that's going to be a fun afternoon. But anyway, it is what it is. And at least I'm getting them all done at the same time. And I will be able to recuperate quickly all in one go and be ready to jet set off to my Mexican trip at the end of April. I can't believe I will be heading to Mexico on my incentive trip, end of April this year. So can't wait. You don't know why I bothered to make a list. Should wait for Donna's cards and fully appreciate items. Totally blew past this sweet. Exactly. And I think that's the thing, Faith. You've just got to watch what others are sharing. And really, like, if you are trying to work out what you're going to purchase, then you really need to take your time. You need to peruse the catalog. You need to watch some videos of people and really make your mind up what you want to purchase, because there's a lot out there. But the beauty of it is we've got this for 12 months, this catalog. So so we will be able to sort out our spending and slowly work on that list. Just some sun cancers to be removed, Sue. So part and parcel of life, and part and parcel of my skin tones. And anyway, I will be all good. But as I said, you'll see me at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. You may not see my face. You may just see my hands. If I'm not looking too good, the face is not going to be shown. If I'm looking okay, I will show my face. But I will definitely be back here 8 o'clock in the morning to do some live crafting with you. So thanks everyone for hanging out with me today. And I will see you all